Searching for yourself will always postpone your sense of arriving. You have adopted an identity around searching for meaning, purpose, your true self, which is also a constructed sense of self created by your mind as an attempt to have you imprisoned in a limited version of yourself, rather than resting in who you are. At some point you will realize that it's no point of searching anymore. The more you're searching, the more friction you create. Friction can only live within a conceptual sense of self, personal identity, over-identification with the mind. And the mind is scared of not feeling the frictions, because this means it has no grip over you anymore. That's when you arrive here, not in the future but now. As soon as you make it as a means to an end, that you're supposed to arrive soon, then you're searching again. The searcher have had its play in your life. It served a role that helped you for some time on your journey, but not anymore. The more you search, the less complete you feel. The less you search, the more you realize that you have already arrived. And this realization in itself makes your problems go away, your internal frictions loosening up by themselves, because there is no longer a fight within yourself. You are fully here in this moment, and you experience yourself here. It's interesting because your previous driving forces are gone here. You're no longer striving for validation or the pursuance for something, and the lack of these forces might feel a bit empty to begin with. But it's rather that you are becoming sober from your mind. You're becoming sober from these very shallow forces that have driven you forward before in your life. Because presence doesn't require you to get anywhere. Your sense of being doesn't require you to have any goals for your life or big visions, it doesn't require you to get anywhere in that sense. And then it's quite quiet here. And in the beginning it can feel a bit strange, even lonely, until you realize that this is not against you, but rather the portal into your new life that is more about just being here, infusing yourself with the experiences of living. You might find yourself not needing meditation practices anymore, not needing all these things that you thought you needed before. They have served their cause, and now something else is on the table. You're more so someone that responds to life directly from here. This doesn't mean that you become passive. It means that you become more in tune with life. You feel your own signals more clearly. You still have preferences on how you want to live your life, what you want to pursue. You can still have goals and visions for your life, but they don't come from a sense of urgency or that you need it. It's rather that you are responding directly to what's in front of you. And you listen to yourself in a new kind of way, where your body informs what the next step is for you. And this can be very tangible. For myself, I've come to realize that some of my preferences that I can tune into right now is that I don't enjoy working that much. In fact, I get quite drained of it. I have a lot of energy for a limited period of time, and I love being around people in social settings when it's limited. So that's why I'm finding ways to have financial support at the same time as I'm working less. And this becomes really practical, right? For me, it's has become that I work some weekends, for example, longer hours those weekends, and I work with kids with autism, and I get a lot of pay from that. And it's both something that I enjoy, and it's not that I need to put so much time into it. And then I'm also looking at, both me and my fiancé have our own apartments that we own, and when we sell them, we will buy a house. And when we buy this house, we will renovate like the top and bottom floor and have small apartments there and rent it out. And And we live in Norway, and this is a very beneficial way to get passive income, for example. And through doing this, we can have a very financially free life at the same time as we don't work that much. Can be more home with family, which is what I enjoy. Anyways. And I like to take it more slowly. So, basically through engaging with life and living, I've recognized that my system doesn't enjoy being on for a long time that you are if you work full time with people, right? So I've found other ways to have a great living, and at the same time I don't need to work that much, for example. So this is just one of the ways, in a practical sense, this looks for me in my life. So, and this is not a need that I've seen for myself that is like constructed. It's rather that I've been tuned into my system. The more that I'm just here, being, nothing to strive for anymore, no false sense of forces that are driving me forth. Instead, I enjoy my own company here, and I've created a life that feels good through responding to what I have in front of me. So if you don't enjoy your job, for example, that's your system indicating that something else want to arise. Maybe it's time to let go of that job. And from what I've seen, a lot of people avoid the practical things. And the thing about arriving within yourself is also to integrate your whole life into something that feels good and is tangible for you. And you kind of need to find that out for yourself. And it can feel a bit scary to take that leap when you know it's about time for a change. So instead, you walk around way longer than necessary in a life situation that doesn't speak to you anymore. Until you become very sober and you look at it from what it is, and you really listen to yourself, you will know the answer. And there are always practical solutions in the world where your life situation can start to match what your soul is craving from within.